We're ready.
Okay, and we're live on it?
Okay. So the first part of tonight are interviews for open position. And we will do all the other opening stuff, flag salute and all that stuff when we do the regular meeting at 7. So we're gonna flip a coin and to see who starts. And then one candidate will be up, the other one will go out, and then we'll switch you guys.
Okay.
Who wants to call heads or tails? Pretend you're in a football.
Oh, I'm right here. Hi.
Hi. So, okay,
I'll call tails.
you'll call Tails, okay. I think Tails was called 3 times last night. I think
I
it
chose
won
it.
during overtime, but not the regular game. Tails it is. So first or second?
I'll take second.
Okay,
Let
so
the nerves
we'll
work
just
out.
put you in a room and then bring you back in, and then once both candidates have interviewed, we all leave, including me, so that the board deliberates and makes a decision.
Okay,
So-
you just wanna go in like that room? Or-
That's fine.
Okay.
Dave, can you go back to the classroom back?
Yep.
Go back in there.
Yeah, sure.
Who's quarterback? Is this yours?
I keep these.
Yeah, you're my quarterback.
There's the quarter.
Thank you. All right, if you wanna just let us know, what's gonna happen is we have a list of questions and we're just gonna go around, kind of round robin and ask questions. And then if you have anything else you wanna say, that's great. Just wanna introduce yourself.
I'm Isaac Huddy.
Hi, nice to meet you, Isaac. Cameron, do you wanna start?
Sure. Do you want to go from question 1?
Yep.
Okay. Briefly tell us about your background and as it relates to the position of the school board director.
I've never been on a board, but I am part of the community the last 6 years. I've been wanting to do more in the community, and I've always been around the high school trying to do more stuff. So this was all the opportunity and chose to do it, and put the application in.
Why are you interested in becoming a school board director?
I would like to see one, obviously the transparency where the money is going, because that's always a stressful for anybody. I think I bring I am third generation construction, so I understand concept of cost of things. I think I can relate to a lot of people that do live here. I am very blue collar, very, money is tough right now, so. But I also do believe that, it does cost things to run things. So, but being someone that's I don't know, I'm not saying like the whole city is like me, but someone that can relate to them, make sure they understand, and I can communicate with them about that.
Can you explain some of your volunteer work? You've been working with people and some of the challenges you've faced?
Volunteer work, I mean, if you go all the way back, I've been a coach for baseball. I volunteer at the games for concessions.
Thank you for that. It's
Yes.
nice to have volunteers for the Shark Tank. Thank you.
What was the rest of that question?
Some of the challenges you faced with, say, working with parents and baseball or whatever?
Not too many challenges. I think some people get, no, I mean, everyone's really great around here.
And kids?
Kids have been great. I love this area. I did not grow up here. I've been in the area for about 20 years, but I think everyone's great here so far. No
And you have
issues.
kids in the district,
I do.
correct?
I have a son in high school.
Mary Ann, do you have your questions handy? You want to ask? Okay, we'll just, yeah, you want to go ahead and go then, Cameron?
Sure. Are you able to cultivate meaningful working relations with all members of the district? And how would you previously interaction sharp your relationship moving forward?
So I deal with all types of people every day. Dealing with stressful situations because financial issues, trying to fix the problem that I'm being hired to deal with. I'm honestly friends with all types of people. If you want to go into politics, both sides. I'm very in the middle with them, all of them. Most people that know me know that I'm very kind and like see both sides of everyone's issues. So I think I'm really good at being in the middle of something and trying to figure out what makes more common sense.
Awesome. What to you is the role of a board director, and what do you think you can and can't do as a director? Because there's a lot of thoughts about that out there.
The meaning of the board director would be up there. I mean, obviously you guys are part of managing the district. That's dealing with whatever finances or decisions on who's gonna be in charge of. I believe you guys hire that person. Obviously, everything with the district, talking to each other, hopefully talking to everyone that lives in the area. What you can't do, I would say more of, obviously, this is not a political thing. Can't, as in bringing anything besides the school stuff. Can't do, that's a good one, actually. I'd say press your views. It's more of what's for the community, not for who you are. That'd be my best guess.
That's not a quiz.
Okay.
People think we can do a lot of things, but really we are in charge of him.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. All right, go ahead.
So how do you envision your role as a director on the board? What sort of activities would you engage in?
I would love, again, I don't have much experience on being on a board. I would love to learn more about that, so if there's training or going to places, I would be part of that, as long as there's enough heads up, so I can arrange the schedule to do that. Say the question one more time, if you could.
How do you envision yourself as a board member?
I think, get back to what I've already said, I'm very in the middle. I see everyone's views, and I make all my decisions on what I feel.
So if you're in opposition to a majority of the board members, how would you engage and handle that and say with a public face? 'Cause
I do not pout. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, I hope that if all of us are here for a reason, so if we disagree on something, I have to respect your views. I'm not gonna sit there. I'm not someone that goes to social media. I do not complain about anything. I don't think that's right. Not a fan of social media, so I wouldn't, I hope I would act somewhat mature. I'm pretty sure I would.
Let's see, Cameron, why don't you do number 9?
Okay. What are some things that the board members can do to contribute positive growth? And what are some things that they shouldn't do, things that may undermine the district?
What should they do? I think you guys are doing good. I think a lot of the... Can you read it one more time? Let me think about that real quick.
What are some things that the board members can do to contribute to positive growth? And what are some things that they shouldn't do, things that made oh my gosh, sorry, word vomit. I'm gonna rewrite that. And, okay, I'm gonna re-say that whole thing.
Go ahead.
Sorry, word vomit. What are some things that board members can do to contribute to positive growth? And what are some things that they shouldn't do, things that may undermine the district?
Things you could do more of would be better communication with everyone in the community, dealing with the school, getting the things out there a little better. I mean, honestly, I don't see a whole lot of it. Things they shouldn't do, I think it comes back to that. Some of the stuff that has been presented, like the pamphlet that came out, it's very confusing, especially to some of us. Like, again, I'm not a college person. I read that, the first thing I did was add up all those prices and said, oh crap, this is adding 20-some hundred. I think that's something that a little more eyes should have been on it. A lot of it, I think it's all dealing with communication, the pros and cons.
I think number 12 kind of relates to what we just talked about. Are you willing to participate in trainings, regional and state, national, possibly meetings and other board work outside of normal meetings?
I would, as long as, again, like, as long as I have a huge, or, a little bit of time to change schedules.
So you're a business owner.
I am.
You have employees that you manage?
I do.
Payroll, you manage?
Yes.
Budgets?
I deal with the cities.
What
I
do
deal
you
with the
find
counties.
most challenging?
Besides making sure there's always money there.
That's a big one.
That's a big one. Honestly, the people, managing people, making sure they're also, everyone's happy. That's the biggest one. Getting enough time to get all the stuff with county and city stuff done. Being on top of everything, that is a real struggle. Especially these days, everything is now. Someone wants to answer now, not several days out.
Have you ever had to fire an employee for
I have.
something you found?
That's not fun, but it's things I have to do.
Okay.
And you've got to keep your emotions out, but I've had to do 2 in the last, luckily only 2 in the last 5 years, but it's not fun, because I care about everyone. But it still has to happen.
Okay, my last question, I think, would be, do you feel, as a board member, you have to, you're gonna get like all kinds of people telling you all kinds of different things. You need to do this, you should do this. So there's usually like 2 main sides.
Definitely.
And you have to listen to everybody, not just whoever's the loudest. So are you okay kind of trying to kind of put those together and just do what's best for the kids and not what's kind of just being put in your ear?
Very much. I mean, I think everyone has obviously the right to say, and sometimes even the ones that are the loudest, there's still something there that started that. So taking it both in and filtering it, figuring out what's reality and what's common sense between those two.
Common sense is just the biggest
The
thing.
biggest one.
That's the biggest thing.
That's our world right now.
Common sense, people. Do you have any questions for us or anything that you would like to add?
Not really. Again, I've never done anything like this, but I am at a point in life where I'm ready to learn more. I have time, I don't have little ones anymore, so I'd like to be part of more of this, and that's about it. I'm not the greatest speaker, but I'm very good at listening and
You
giving
don't have,
people.
yeah, you don't have to be a great speaker. It's just, you have to listen
Take in people, yep.
Yeah.
And I deal with people all the time.
and just do the common sense thing.
Yes, very much so.
Anybody else have any other questions? or-
No.
What's that?
Thank you very
All right,
much.
thank
Thanks for
you.
your time.
Dave, could you get,
Yes.
I'll go out there. She's out there.
You wanna go to the cone of silence here, or you wanna step
Oh, is that
outside?
where she is?
Yeah.
I'll go outside.
Okay. How did we use now?
Mary Ann, can you hear okay?
It's only public speaking, right?
Isaac?
Okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah, I can hear just fine.
Okay.
Hi, Tara. We have a list of questions. We're just gonna do kind of round robin. And then at the end, if you have any questions or anything else you want to add, you can do that at the end.
All right, sounds good.
You want to start again, Cameron? And you can skip around if you want, so just, it's fine.
I'll start with number 1. Okay, briefly tell us about your background as it relates to the position of a school board director.
To be quite honest, I don't have any background. I'm just a mom. I have a 3-year-old at home who obviously I'm in the school district. So I just have an interest in wanting to be a part of making the school district better for her and any future children coming up. But as for actual board type positions, I don't have any experience in that department.
So why are you interested in becoming a school board director?
Kind of like I said, I have a young daughter, hopefully in the future have more children. I have friends that are also in the district, and I grew up in the Edmond School District, and so, when I moved out here, I wasn't quite sure what to expect, and from what I've seen, in conversation online, involvement in community, there's disconnect, and I pride myself in being able to find ways to bridge conversation, get information out there, talk about ways to help our community grow, And I think that being on the board would be a good way to help the community connect better and to better our future children and the school district.
Can you describe any volunteer work that you've done working with children?
In the past, I don't know, 10 years, I just have, with my, family, but before that, when I had gotten out of high school, I continued to go back to my high school and the middle school and help out with their wrestling team, being involved in that, in the program, and helping that grow, but outside of that, I don't have any direct volunteering with kids in the recent past.
Kim? Describe any challenges you've encountered working with people in your past, and how'd you deal with it?
In my current job that I have, that's my 9 to 5, I'm faced with a lot of individuals who I don't necessarily see eye to eye on, and we have to find ways to bridge the gap. And again, it's a lot of conversation. It's a lot of having understanding. It's a lot of, not necessarily butting heads and saying, no, I'm right, no, you're wrong. And so a lot of conflict I've learned in my current job history is just, if you can find a way to communicate and find a solution, you solve problems.
What to you is the role of a board director, such as like what can and can't you do as a director?
What can and can't you do?
Yeah.
Um,
What's kind of the board director role that you see it? How do you see it?
I see a board member position as a individual's contribution to the community, to finding ways to solve issues that are within the school district, and having hopefully a unison of unbiased opinion, and it's not that everybody's involved and everybody's has a voice. As for what they couldn't do, I would say, trying to have other people who want to see certain things being influenced. Like, that's not okay as a board member. You have to be able to be very unbiased when you take that position, to hear all sides, to make sure that everybody is accounted for, and everybody has a voice.
Thank you.
How would your personal beliefs affect your performance as a board member?
I think that when it comes to public service positions, my personal beliefs don't matter. What I do inside my own home, what I do in my personal life, and what I want for my family isn't what my neighbor wants, isn't what people 5, houses down want. And so I really try to be unbiased in decisions that I make, and I try to, I never go into a conversation about, let's say, something controversial with the point to change somebody's mind, rather provide information. And, and hear their side as well, because maybe there's something that somebody who has opposing views as me, maybe there's something that I don't understand. And so if I'm like, okay, we're not seeing eye to eye, let's talk about it. Where's our common ground? And then work from there, because it doesn't, to me, what I do for my personal life shouldn't affect my neighbor.
That's good, because when you're on the board, you kind of just, like you said, common sense stuff. Like, you do the common sense, the right thing to do, no matter
Yeah.
who believes in it or not. Cameron?
What are some things that the board members can do to contribute to positive growth, and what are some things that they shouldn't do, things that may undermine the district?
I think things that they can do is find ways to be involved with the community in a positive way, like with the current bond that is up for vote tomorrow. I think Gigi has done a very good job at getting information out there to the public, addressing, public's questions and concerns. I think that is a very effective way to do that. And so, things that you could do, for the next levy bond that comes up is, yes, we hold these board meetings and are places for people to come and talk, but, hosting a, lunch with the board or coffee with the board, so that, the community has opportunity outside of this specific time to come talk to us, to express their concerns, to, get a better feel outside of behind a keyboard. And then what was the second part of that question?
And what are some things that they shouldn't do, things that may undermine the district?
I think part of that is being dismissive of the community, being dismissive of other board members, and not listening to the concerns of the parents, concerns of the community, even those that don't have children. You know, and again, just trying to communicate and find what the best common ground is to go from.
Are you willing to participate in trainings that might be, you know, with the state, possibly national, other board work that's outside of normal meetings?
Yes.
Okay. What are some of the things that we've done that you don't like, or that you'd like us to see do different?
To be honest, I haven't gone over things with a microscope. I've supported the levies and the bonds that have been passed since I've moved out here. I think that, you know, prior to, I'd say, the last couple of years, I haven't heard a lot of, you know, communication with the community. I know that's been pushed a lot more, but again, that was during a COVID era. Everything was digital, and you know, we didn't really have an opportunity to commerce more as a community. And so I can't necessarily say there's anything that I disagree with, because there's nothing that's stood out that's resonated with me.
Do you have any questions for us or anything else that you'd like to add?
What is something that, you know, is looked for in, you know, a board member? Like, how, if chosen, how can I better the school district? Like, what do you ask of me?
Read your board packet. That's the biggest one, is to read the packet that you get and know what we're gonna talk about and be prepared when you come to a meeting. If you have questions for a specific person, ask those ahead of time. It just makes it a lot easier. And like I said, use common sense in making your decisions, because there's, you know, you have people that want this and you have people that want that. And we just need to do what's best for the kids, whether it's what you personally agree with or not, whatever's best for the kids, so.
Yeah.
But yeah, read your board packet.
That's
the biggest thing.
okay.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Anything else?
No, I'm good.
All right,
Okay.
thank you.
Marianne?
Yeah.
Now we kick everyone out. You can leave your stuff, yeah. I promise I won't let Dave go through it.
No. It's all part of it. We'll just, once they come in, choices are revealed, then we'll move into the
Private voting.
Okay, sorry. She can stay, she can't vote.
Well, Cameron, I think you should go with us. This is just really just the board members.
Yeah, I think so.